Hola, hola, beautiful people. Another Sunday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, folks, let's get into the ad and then we will get into the information.
Now available, ebooks and e-workbooks to mentally and emotionally prepare you to visit, repatriate, or buy land in the motherland. And the authentic handmade kente cloth I got from Kumasi, Ghana is now a home decor line made by yours truly. Get a piece of the motherland until you can visit yourself. Click the link in the description box to visit my store.
What's up, guys? We have two people already on. BK, you're already in the house. Let me do this overlay. BK, remind me where you're from. BKOG. BK means Brooklyn, for those that do not know. Folks, I am super excited because I love talking about stuff like this. For those who don't know, well, first of all, you don't have to have any specialty or anything to talk about what we're about to talk about. BCB in the house. Folks, okay, let me not get sidetracked because you guys excite me when you guys actually show up. I really appreciate it. Like I said, what we're about to talk about, you don't need to be a professional. You can Google and type the information you want to know about the situation, and it is all there. But I just want to tell you guys, I love talking about finance. Okay, by the time I was 19, I had my Series 6, 63, and 65, basically mutual funds. I was an investment advisor representative. I went into finance really young, and that was a beautiful failure. Okay, but I learned so much. That test alone, folks, that test through the state of California is, I think in California, it's the hardest place to take those tests. So basically to do investments, all that stuff. Hey, Philbert, welcome. So that's why I like to talk about this because I started in the industry in finance. So when I talk about finance, I just get really geeky, okay, and I get really excited. So I'm just letting you guys know. I was on a plane for 15 hours last Sunday. Where are you coming from? Ghana or Dubai? Because, your wife be in Dubai doing things and living her best life. So yes, I love talking about this. I love talking about finance. This is going to be interesting. I'm really excited because, folks, we are smart. We did a live, I think it was my second live since I came back, and all of us had land. And I was like, oh my goodness. And all of us was talking at a high level. And I'm like, wait, we're not little dum-dums, right? The small but mighty crew, we're smart. And we're nerds as well. Hey, Nia, we're nerds as well. So I can't wait to hear what you guys are going to say. See, I knew it, BCB. It was either Ghana or Dubai. You and your wife, y'all just living your best life. I love it. And BCB's been here since the beginning, folks. So you know what? That reminds me, I need to give appreciation. How do I usually don't forget that, but let me do that right now because I appreciate everyone that has given financially in this crazy journey. So thank you to my Team Heart that gives $25 a month. Thank you, Auntie Angela, Andrew Graham, Felicia Edwards. Andrew, I still don't know who you are. Team Gold, $5 a month. Iodea Coker gives 10. Thank you. BCB, the OG. Now we have Brooklyn OG, but BCB, the OG, and Amari, amazing Amari. So, folks, thank you for financially supporting me monthly. It goes further than you know. What was I talking about? So, yeah. So we're going to talk about this. I don't know. Is anyone talking about this? I don't think anyone is. Hey, Israel. Welcome. Are you new? I have a lot of Israels come through, but your photo is different. Welcome. Okay. Are you guys ready to talk about this? Oh, I remember what I was saying. So we have a lot of smart people here. I cannot wait to read and share what you guys talk about and post in the comment section because we are smart here. And I love the small but mighty crew. when I was being impersonated, so for those that don't know, if you ever get an email or something that's it, and it's saying me, buy land, it is not me. Me and Jay Cameron were being impersonated earlier this year, actually, taking people's money, right? And using our essence, our image, everything that we built over the last I think he's been in the game like a year before I did, but everything that he built, I built, they're just riding off that. Okay. So the reason I brought that up was when I found out I was being impersonated, I called almost 400 people. Right. If you're in my database and I had your email or name, I called you or I contacted you. And I called so many people and got to talk to you guys, which was awesome. And I found out we have some prolific people in the Small but Mighty crew. Lawyers. There's people out here that owns acres of land in California. Melanated owners. I said, what? So yes, I'm excited to see what you guys say. There's a question and answer session at the end, but please put in the comments what you are thinking about. Okay, are you guys ready? So I'm going to be reading from my blog. So my blog is in the description box if you want to. If you have to leave early, you can't stay the whole time, or if we don't get through all the points, the blog is in my description box. Are you guys ready? Let's go. Okay. Understanding Ghana's almost $3 billion IMF loan. Right? If you don't know, IMF is International Monetary Fund. Folks, how do you feel about the IMF? Those that are familiar with the IMF, how do you feel about them? Because, it's just a group of Europeans, and, a World Bank, right, telling people what to do, in my opinion. Right? It's just a place where they're like, okay, in order to stay in control of everything, we're going to do this monetary fund, and we're going to be a place where people come to get bailed out, right? But there's another strategy behind it. Of course, it looks like they're helping. This is just my opinion. It looks like they're helping, but there is a hidden motive. BCB, they are crooks, okay? I'm going to use the word hidden motives, folks, because just in case, I don't want anyone coming for me. They don't even do a good job of hiding it. They don't care. They don't care. It's just a facade. And I also have the link to their website regarding Ghana in the description box too, if you want to check that out. Okay. First of all, let's start with this. A person that they are shadow colonized. Ooh, that's a good way of putting it. Nonstop. Yes, you're new. Welcome. Nonstop to Ghana, diaspora relocation. That's a good way to put it. Shadow colonizers, neo-colonizers, whatever you want to call it. At the end of the day, I'm feeling them. They're really against people of color. Folks, let me once again say, you guys can say whatever you want. Okay, I have to be more on guard, but you guys, please speak from your hearts. Okay. I got sidetracked. What was I saying? Oh, if you're the lender, right? Whoever takes out money, you will always be the slave to the lender. Let's start there. Okay. Because slavery now is economic. It's financial. Last time Black folks trusted them, they ended up on a ship. Oopie. There we go. You will always be slave to the lender. Point number one. Folks, we can cancel this live right now. Just off of that. You will always be slave to the lender. And one of my friends that work in the Ghanaian government, this individual was so mad because you guys know the president said he wasn't going to take out any loans. And then, boom, he did. So they took out that almost $3 billion in 2023, right? And point number one, what does Ghana's almost $3 billion IMF loan mean to the foreigner? So that's what we're going to talk about. What does it mean to you, right? And I know there's going to be Ghanaian citizens here. Folks, The focus is not on the Ghanaian citizens. We'll touch on that, but for the most part, it's for people like me, foreigners that are looking to invest, people that are looking to come and relocate. What does that loan mean to us? Okay. Is it a good time to invest? What sector are you considering investing in? Okay. Point number one, you guys ready? Fiscal adjustments and their importance. In the light of Ghana's agreement in 2023, the IMF, almost $3 billion loan, the necessity for significant fiscal adjustments has emerged as a focal point in discussions regarding economic reform. Okay. These adjustments are vital for improving budgetary discipline and addressing the underlying economic challenges that the country currently faces. Folks, you know they've been paying on this loan. I think they're at 16 million already repaid. And this information you can find on the IMF website, link in the description box. Not much, just definitely don't bank there. Ooh, what are you referencing, BCB? Not much, just definitely don't bank there. Please elaborate on what that means. Folks, this may involve tax revising policies to ensure comprehensive tax compliance, broadening the tax base, and streamlining public spending. Streamlining, for those that have lived there, streamlining public spending, it's already bare. Ghana's bank maintenance fees and transfer costs are bananas. Folks, I'm so glad you brought this up, BCB. I went, for you guys that don't know, the developer of the beachfront property owed me money. Folks, I had to get a lawyer, I had to do the whole thing, but exposing him on the website, keep your money outside for sure. Exposing him on my YouTube video, also when I get my money, okay? So I'm trying to transfer my money from the bank in Ghana to my bank. The fee to transfer it was over $200. I said, what? This is insane. Folks, the fee to transfer when I was in China, from China to the States was $15. I said, this is exploitation. Okay, and what year was this? 2023? Yeah, over $200, folks, to just transfer my little pennies. It wasn't even that much money. So that's the stuff we're talking about. Crazy fees, fiscal adjustments. Like, when it comes to the stability of an economy, the currency is crucial. The locals will tell you they will drain that money each month. Yep, transferring fee is stupid, crazy stupid. And that's when I knew, okay, no, I can't. The currency exchange and the fees, I'm like, no, it makes no sense for me to do business like this right now, right? And so, yeah, thank you for bringing that up, BCB. That was a good point. Crazy, okay? Beyond the immediate context of securing the IMF loan, these implications for overall economic landscape in Ghana improve budgetary discipline and lead to greater economic stability, allowing, check this out, folks, big percentages, yes, allowing businesses to operate in a more predictable environment. Follow me. For foreign investors, this predictability is essential as it reduces the risk associated with capital allocation and enhances the potential for returns on investments. So if IMF, the system is designed for those folks to keep you underfoot. But check this, Nia. If the purpose is to bring more stability to businesses and investors, what does that sound like? Gonna take out this loan, right? We're going to put you more in debt so businesses and investors can come in at a better rate with their money. This never was for the Ghanaian people, folks. This is for business owners of any level that are foreign to come in at a lower price and reap higher rewards, right? It's so obvious. I think BCB or Nia, you said that earlier. It is obvious. You're always slave to the lender. So IMF is like, what can we do to Make sure they stay under, like Nia said. Get them in debt, make everything cheaper, make their currency volatile. Now, folks, us foreigners, we benefit from that. I got to tell the truth. We benefit. So Ghana taking almost $3 billion out benefits the investor. Because what? We're coming in with the euro. We're coming in with the American dollar. But it's to help the Ghanaian economy, right? No. The sole purpose of that loan was to make things cheaper for the foreigner. Does anybody agree with what I'm saying? Okay. Am I off? Right? If I am off, put it in the chat. Right? If I am off. But folks, this is what I think, Israel, you said it earlier. Yes, look at the foreigners taking over Africa again. Yeah. But here's the thing. We as descendants of the land that actually care, we can bring it. I know people right now, their whole goal is to come back, invest in Africa, and bring money back. USD to USD is, yep. When I recorded my video, the one that premiered yesterday, it was 16.3. I said, I've never seen it that high. When I first got to Ghana, it was 1 to 5, and that was in 2020. 1 to 5. And now it's 1 to 16 to 30. But we pay taxes in America enormously, and it's not crazy. Ghanaians hardly pay taxes. That's a way of getting funds to help the nation. IMF came in because of COVID-19. Didn't Americans receive STEM? Ooh, good point. Now, to address this, okay, taxes. I think that's my next point. Who are you? Caroline, thank you. That's point number 2. Okay, let me finish this section, and then we're going to get to that one. Businesses and investors looking to enter the Ghanaian market will undoubtedly benefit from a more robust fiscal framework, positioning the country as a more attractive destination for investment. Ultimately, these adjustments foster a conducive environment for sustainable economic growth and integration into the global market. So what they're saying is the solution to this, because of COVID, what you said, COVID relief, is to bring in foreigners. That's it. To bring in foreigners. Okay. They have been watching why is your comment cut off? Hey, ATM. They have been watching the folks. Sorry, nonstop. I can't see what you wrote. Decided they wanted. Give me a second. I want to see what he's saying. I gotta see it. Okay, they have. Oh, you guys are commenting fast. 1 second. They have been watching the Exodus and decided they wanted a piece of the action. Okay. Nonstop. Relocation assistance, exactly. That's not tax, though. That's going to the bank, unless they have a lawyer that they have to give those fees directly to government later. You're regarding what Caroline said, right? Regarding the taxes, the people that really pay taxes in Ghana, hey, Mimi, is businesses, right? A lot of businesses pay tax in Ghana. And like Caroline said, most people, tax structure is not really in Ghana when it comes to the people, right? But I was in Ghana, and for example, when I was buying cement, it was, I think, $49, $50 per bag. And then they implemented that tax. Anyone else was in Ghana during that time when they implemented that tax? And on the Momo, right? I think that's one of the ways that they get money. Is one of the taxes they did was the Momo fee. BCB, yes, the law. Yes. So that's one of the ways when it comes to the taxation adjustments, okay? Are you guys talking to each other? That's cool. So point number 2, tax increases and revenue generation strategy. Ooh, the $3 billion loan agreement between Ghana and the International Money Fund is anticipated to bring significant changes in the country's fiscal landscape, particularly concerning taxation. Okay, Caroline, we're getting to what you said. As part of the conditions associated with the loan, the government may implement various tax increases aimed at improving revenue collection and addressing budgetary shortfalls. So that relates to what I was paying regarding that Momo fee. Are they still doing that extra Momo fee? The targeted areas for these tax hikes could include income taxes, value-added taxes, that VAT. So when you go to Ghana and you buy something, VAT, that VAT tax, that's what that is, value-added tax. What does that even mean? Added value? I don't get it, right? And yeah, what value is being added? Okay. And corporate taxes. Such measures will likely seek to enhance the government's ability to fund vital public services while reducing the national deficit. For foreigners, particularly businesses operating in Ghana or potential investors, these potential tax increases can present both challenges and opportunities. Folks, I'm reading from my blog. If you want to know, you can click on the link in my description box. On one hand, increased taxation, Momo fee, the E-Levy is still going on, Marlon. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying that. That fee that happened when I think it was in 2022, the E-Levy. What does E mean? Is that electronic levy? Still is going on, yes. So I was living in Ghana when that happened, okay? On one hand, increased taxation might lead to higher operational costs for businesses, therefore affecting profit margins and deterring foreign investment. On the other hand, the inflation of revenue from these taxes could improve the country's infrastructure and socioeconomic environment in the long term, creating a more stable market for foreign entities. Folks, we've been doing this for over, a year now. Those living in Ghana, have you seen a difference? The tax rate percentage, I have no clue, ATM. That's very specific. VAT is just like paying a form of tax when you make purchases. VAT, because the locals don't pay taxes, that is a way to get from a tax, right? Thank you for confirming that too, because folks, I couldn't get receipts when I was building my walls. I was like, can I get receipts, please? And I was like, how come I cannot get receipts? Remember my Western mentality, right? I was like, I need a track for my taxes, right? They don't have to get receipts because they don't do taxes, right? If you're going like the cement, I was able to get receipts, but for the wood, they were just selling wood. You know, we would call that under the table or whatever. But you know, they were just selling wood off the street. I had a connection. They connected me. I just paid them cash. I was like, can I get receipt? They're like, Because just like Caroline said, they don't pay taxes. Most people don't pay taxes unless you're a business or well-established business. VAT is actually a superior tax. We really should start using it here. However, it's being misused in Ghana. And that's important. Remember, tax number one was adjusting, spending. But if you're getting money and nothing's being adjusted and being better, where is the money going? Where's the money going, folks? Okay. All right. The public sentiment regarding tax increases is often mixed, with citizens understanding the need for new revenue generation strategies, but simultaneously expressing concerns about the impact on their disposable income. Okay, if taxes rise significantly, consumer behavior in Ghana could shift, potentially resulting in decreased spending on non-essential goods and services, which that makes sense, right? It's like, you know, if things are more expensive, people tend to spend less. The total tax rate is 26%. They also still have a COVID tax. Thank you for bringing clarity and answering that. So 26%. Now, question, that 26%, is it the income tax that they're charging businesses or established businesses or people in certain jobs that they can, take taxes out of? So we have the VAT, they're still charging COVID. I wish I had a receipt so we can see this. They're still charging for COVID and income tax, I guess. Are we all good? Any questions, any concerns, right? Now we're at the point to where how can I say this? Folks, when the currency is volatile like this, and it's at 16.25, BCB said, things get more expensive. And if people are already struggling, how do you think they're going to treat you? This is on purchases, not sure about tax. Okay. How do you think they're going to treat you when you land? Because Daddy December is coming. Some of you guys are over there already. Some of you guys are thinking about buying land already. There's a lot of complaints on how people are being treated, after they go to Ghana and they come back, and everyone goes crazy on after December of how stuff got stolen and blah, 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 blah. But folks, if the taxes are increasing, right, and the currency is volatile and high, there's a level of desperation. Okay, and I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying there's a reason why we as foreigners get treated the way we do. A lot of us feel like money bags, right? We talk about that all the time. You go over there, you feel like a money bag, because some of them, oh yeah, they still rocking that COVID tax. Yeah, how long are they gonna rock that? Okay, COVID tax, and people barely got COVID in Ghana. Like they barely got COVID in Ghana. Shout out to the quality food in the sun. Okay. I forgot about, yes. Are you talking about the COVID tax, BCB? That's what you forgot about? So, yes, you're going into an environment where there's some desperation, especially if the currency is at 16.25, folks. It was already hard for them when it was at 1 to 5 when I was there. Okay. And then my second and third trip, I think it went to like 7. By the time I was building the wall, it literally, my cement went from $49 to $50 to 55 to 56 CDs, sorry, in a day. I literally bought my cement. Let's say it was a Wednesday. I bought my cement at $49 to $50 per bag. The next day, it went up to $55 to $56, literally the next day. And one of the workers were like, you got in right before it went up. I'm like, this is crazy. Can you imagine if our milk or whatever went up $5 in a day? Folks, it's crazy. But is this the benefit of an emerging market for foreigners? Okay. Why are you here? You won't hear the noise if you're not here. Okay. The scenario may influence foreign businesses aiming to penetrate the Ghanaian market. As understanding local consumer trends becomes crucial, ultimately the success of these revenue generation strategies will depend on how effectively the government communicates its objectives to the public and the implementation of incentives that encourage compliance among taxpayers. Folks, I want to touch on this one. How effectively the government communicates the objectives to the public. For example, I'll give you a real life example. One of the reasons, when I read the GIPC brochure, one of the things it said, for incentives for people to come and invest, they'll give tax breaks. So instead of charging, for example, let's say it's that 26%, it will, okay, give me a second, folks, because we have some crazy people here. I don't even know how to block people on here. Dang it. So instead of charging us high percentage, they're going to charge 25. This is the development sector, property development sector. They're only going to charge 5% instead of 25. So you'll get a 5-year break, right? I'm talking about the implementation of incentives. Instead of 25%, they'll charge you 5% for the first 5 years. So that was one of the type of the incentive strategies, okay, for investors to come. Right. So at least we can say that was a type of strategy. So when it comes to that whole loan and everything, and the strategy is to get people to come, to get foreign investors to come and build and buy and develop the country. Okay. I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, we see it. Like us that live there, we see it. Oh, wait, I think I know how to. I just learned how to block people. Yes. We will have to go back and watch the whole video. Yes, this is being recorded, so you can go back at any time. Well, you won't see the beginning until I'm done. Okay. How long have we been on? Oh, 30 minutes already. Wow. We haven't even got to point number 3. Okay. Folks, I learned how to block people. Okay. I knew they were coming. Now I know. Okay. So yes, anyone else know of a tax incentive that that was implemented for investors to come back? So that was in the property sector. I don't know what other sector you guys are in. I think most of us are in the land space, real estate. But if you know any tax incentive in your, like, oil or farming or anything, please share, because that's interesting. Blue Butterfly, this is the first time I've seen you. Hello. Welcome. Okay. Through careful management and strategic planning, the government may be able to navigate the complexities of tax increases while still fostering a conducive environment for foreign investment and economic power. Do we agree with that? No breaks on taxes. Every just pay the rate. The businesses already have lower operational costs. Now, Mimi, is that the what I mentioned earlier about the 5% when it comes to the property development sector? Because I was in the GIPC. On a larger scale, the West does the same to countries. Countries become beholden to the West for decades. Hey, we know how tore up the West is. We know. But a lot of people that have been encouraged to go to Ghana, they don't know, right? And remember, folks, my new mission here is to bridge the cultural, economic, and emotional gap. We know America and we already know they're whack, right? But this is for people that are coming to Ghana, right? That don't know how things work. Yep. Because we know America's a mess. Hello, reparations, we're still waiting. So remember, folks, this is for the people that are looking to go to Ghana. And I'm glad people here that you're already in Ghana, you guys already have businesses and you guys are here. Thank you for contributing to this live, because people come to my page for research. So they're going to see your comments and it's going to help them, and it's going to help them in their research and their journey. And this is what this is all about, educating us. Folks, I wish this page existed when I started my journey. Yep. Coming from America, Europe, etc., the cost of operating is considerably less. Mimi, do you have a business in Ghana? Did I miss anyone? No tax breaks? Okay, we're good. Number 3, navigating inflationary pressures. Okay, the structural adjustments associated with the loan are likely to create significant inflationary pressures. Do we see that? We see it, right? 16.25 is the currency as we speak. That could impact multiple facets of the economy. Inflation, generally defined as the rate at which the general level of price for goods and services rises, can pose challenges for businesses, particularly for foreign investors considering entry into the Ghanaian market. Now, Mimi, right here it says challenges for businesses. Now, are you saying it's so low, operational costs are so low that the increasing on the taxes wouldn't make a difference for the business? Supply chain demand here in America. Okay, we're not talking about America. Girl, you're throwing me off. Okay. It's economic control. Very few Westerners can afford to just build over the years. Westerners are conditioned to believe that a loan is the only way in so many situations. I like that point. We're raised off of debt. Debt is I don't want to say the fabric of our country, because we know slavery, right, and oppression is the fabric of the states. But yeah, we're raised to think we need debt. We need debt to get a good credit score so we can get a car, a house, all that stuff, right? And then Ghana wants to be America, right? Folks, there's a military, they already started building the American military base in Ghana. Did you guys know that? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, everyone's trying to become Western, folks, and it's not good. It's not good. And the debt structure, that's how America's ran right now. And now, folks, after this this loan, things change. Things are changing, and we're talking about inflation. So let's get back to that. This includes facts that everything in the West here is getting a loan first to start off your business. That is true. That is true. So how would you say that relates to the $3 billion loan? Are you saying because it's a Western push, it's the Western mentality, that's why Ghana went to the IMF for bailout? Is that what you're alluding to? 1047 and Israel? I'm assuming that's what you're alluding to. If not, let me know if I'm wrong. All right. This includes expenses related to utilities, transportation, and raw materials, which can worsen supply chain. Ooh, who mentioned supply chain? Mimi, you mentioned supply chain, which can worsen supply chain issues and contribute to overall inflation. Consequently, companies operating in or entering the Ghanaian market will need to carefully assess how these changes impact their cost structures and pricing strategies. When they first were selling that military base, they said it would be a free gifted airplane repair and maintenance facility. You know that's a lie. Folks, America does nothing for anyone. America is for America when they go to other places. Oh, I was right. Yes. Folks, I'm glad we are flowing. We are flowing here. I'm so glad I understand you guys. Yeah. One of my Ghanaian friends, so happy. So happy. America's coming. They're going to build infrastructure and so happy. And I was like, no. America does nothing for anyone first. It's for them first, okay? And that's facts. We know that. Yeah, that was not, folks. I was talking to a very successful businessman, and he said the power of a country is their military, and whoever has military control has the power. And so when I found out about the military, the American military base in Ghana, I said, ooh, they're making sure they got stuff on lock. I lived in Ghana in 2021 to 2022 and still run an agro business there. Oh, yes. In my opinion, the economy is too unstable at the moment for anyone to transition to Ghana, perhaps post-election. Marlon, I like you. Okay. Thank you. You guys are bringing some quality information because I love the Small But Mighty crew. Marlon, you're part of the Small But Mighty crew now. Mimi, Israel, if you didn't want to be part of it, you're a part of it now. Okay. I love that. And yes, folks, if you have real life experience, I just know property development from the GIPC, agro. Now we have agriculture here. Please share. Please share. Now, Marlon, you encourage people to not transition right now. Okay. Would you, this is for everyone, would you use the almost $3 billion IMF loan as a decision to come to transition to Ghana or not? Even after a home is paid for, local government can take it away from the owner. Are you talking about, I'm assuming you're talking about Ghana because that's what we're talking about. Are you talking about the States? Okay. I love what Marlon said, because you're saying come post-election, but the loan repayment is still being repaid even after the loan, even after the election, right? So all these inflation, fiscal adjustment, all that's still going to be going on post-election too. So Marlon, what would be another deciding factor for people to transition to Ghana let's say right now, pre-election? Because right now, if things are low and considering the foreign dollar is stronger and the currency continues to get higher, that's like a playing field for the foreign investor, for the dollar and the euro. Like one of my business friends said, when the Ghana CD went up to 15, he said, I need to take he said a lot of money. I need to take a lot of money and just just put it in a bank somewhere in Ghana, right? Because when it changes, his money would grow tremendously, right? And I was like, well, that's a strategy. So Martin, that triggered my thought, because if the CD is 16 now, wouldn't it be a great time to go in and buy stuff up? Question for you guys. That's a good question, right? In Chicago, for instance, Ellers, okay, folks, you guys talking about America. For things as simple as being cited for simple violation, the local government keeps all equity. All righty, thank you. But when it comes to the foreigner going to Ghana, let's stay on that tip, please. But yeah, so Marlon, I would say it depends on what sector you're in, because especially when it comes to the property development sector, the CD being high is great for the foreign investor. Now, agro, I don't know. That's you, sir. So do you think anyone in agriculture should wait post-election? That'll be my question for you. Does it depend on the sector you're in, whether to go pre or post-election? Ooh, that's a good question, okay? Because everyone wants to buy low and then sell high, right? Additionally, diversifying currency exposure can help manage risk linked to currency depreciation. Folks, we are flowing. We just talked about it, and this is my next point. I love this. We're in a zone right now. Diversifying currency exposure can help manage risk linked to currency depreciation, particularly in with inflation. I've been saying this, that you must buy land in Ghana now, because the $1 billion loan actually helps the diaspora coming with dollars, pound. Yes, that was the first thing I said, Sankofa. Thank you for confirming that. So that's what I mean. Like, in the property development sector, it'll be good to get in now, because of the volatility of the CD. Folks, do you think it's going to go up to 17? If it does, that's going to be crazy. I mean, 16 is crazy to me. 15 was crazy to me, because I came into Ghana when it was five CDs to $1. So yeah, so the question still stands, folks. And property development sector, I would say by now, but any other sector, I don't know. Marlon says do it post-election. You must buy land and use that as an asset. Come on, Sankofa. Okay. Okay, let me start over. Diversifying currency exposure can help manage risk linked to currency depreciation, particularly in an inflation environment. Financial planning that includes forecasting potential cost increases and adjusting budgets accordingly will also play a key role in sustaining operations amidst rising prices. Okay, so Sankofa, you literally just said, you just pointed out what I just said. Strategy. Land banking. Is that Andy G? What's up, Andy? Land banking. Is that an actual bank that just invests in land, or are you just saying using land as a bank? Help me with that one. By adopting proactive measures and continually monitoring economic indicators, foreigners can navigate the complexities associated with inflation while positioning themselves for potential opportunities that may arise in the evolving Ghanaian economic landscape. Folks, this is the purpose of my blog, right? This blog is in the description, so you can literally read this blog, right? Because I'm skipping around, I'm flowing with you guys. So if there's any points I missed, using land as a bank, okay, that's what I thought. Any points that I've missed, it will be in my blog. But we just said it, right? Andy and Sankofa, we just said this right here. By adopting proactive measures and continually monitoring economic indicators, foreigners can navigate the complexities associated with inflation while positioning themselves for potential opportunities. So, folks, for the people that are already there, keep an eye out. Keep an eye out on what's going on, especially like this, the loan thing. The link to the website, IMF website, when it talks about Ghana, is in the description box too. You can follow them. They do updates. Land banking, just buying and sitting on it as a value increases. Oh, got you. Yep. I've never heard that term before. But isn't that real estate? Is that another way of saying real estate? Okay. Folks, this is so great. Okay, I'm on point number 4. We have 2 more points and then we'll be done and you can just ask any questions. Point number 4, public sector and social spending cuts. Implications for foreigners. So what does that mean? As Ghana embarks on a $3 billion loan agreement with the IMF, a significant focus will be on necessary cuts in public sector spending and social programs, which is sad. Land banking is a process of buying land on a large scale and selling them in the future for profit. Got you. Parkview's Farm. We have people on here that know what they're talking about, and I love it. You're welcome. You're welcome. You are welcome. You're welcome here. Okay. Folks, what are the people getting right now? Plots were selling in the Eastern for 3,000 CDs 4 years ago. Those same plots are selling at 50,000 CDs, meaning it has tripled in value per plot. Good stuff. I would buy land now. Realistically, the cost for the dollar is still creeping up. Land never gets cheaper. Folks, most of the people in here, we're landowners to an extent. we have bought land. How many people have their certificates? How about that? Or deeds, right? Or are we still waiting? Okay. So now I know we have landowners here, and we have in farming, property development and farming. Thank you. And I think Mimi, you're in supply chain. Is that what you do? I think you're in supply chain. I'm not sure if you're in supply chain in the States or in Ghana. Ooh, this is exciting. Are you guys not excited? This is great. Okay, continuing on. These strict measures are designed to stabilize the economy and restore fiscal discipline. However, they come with implications that extend beyond the local populace. Folks, if they have to cut public spending even more, I mean, what is the spending being spent on now? People that live there now, do you see a difference? Like when I was there in Ghana, a month and a half ago, they're building roads, but I don't know. I don't think it was the Ghanaian government. I think it was the Chinese building the roads. Because I saw the Chinese person. It was like about 3 of them. And then the workers surrounding them. So I'm like, the Chinese is building the roads. So if they're talking about ending public funding and assistance, where are they going to cut it from? Where? I don't get it. It's already tight. It's already tight, folks. I don't know. So it's going to be even tighter? It's crazy. I don't get it. For the foreigner community, understanding these changes is crucial, as they may affect various economic facets within the country. The reduction in public spending could lead to a decrease in employment opportunities in the public sector. This may result in heightened competition for jobs, especially in industries that cater to foreign investors and businesses. Increased competition also means increased desperation. People are looking for jobs, folks. The labor market may experience fluctuations as local professionals seek work in alternative sectors. As the government reallocates resources and implements fiscal restraints, the demand for goods and services domestically is also likely to shift, influencing the operational landscape for foreign businesses. What does that sound like to you, folks? That when I read that, it reminds me of the brain drain. The brain drain. Who knows what the brain drain is? I learned this from Authentic African. When he brought up the brain drain, I said, ooh, right? Because people are going to leave to look for opportunity they do already, to look for opportunity other places. So it affects the job market. People are going to school, getting educated. They're going to leave to find work, right? I think Web Nation Africa interviewed someone that went to America just to Uber drive and made over 100K. Did you guys read that video? People are going to leave the country to go somewhere else. Most likely, if they come back, great. So the brain drain is when you leave your country to seek opportunity in other places. And then so it becomes more competitive for foreign investors and businesses to cater to, people are going to come to, folks, this is just generating dependency on foreigners and foreign businesses. They're relying on outsiders to come in and build. I mean, it's good for the foreigner. It's good for us to invest. But I'm thinking, where's the middle line? When is it to where Ghana, the corporation of Ghana, starts building and not depending on foreign investors? What's that country with that guy that ended all Vassal, that African country, and he like cut all foreign investments? That's what other nations want, so they can move in and take land through business and our marriage. That's why that's what this loan was all about. I mentioned this at the beginning. IMF, that loan was to make things cheaper so foreigners can come in at a discount. Talent flight, brain drain. Ooh, talent flight. I never heard that one. Yeah. The talent will catch flights and go somewhere else. Ooh, the sun. They'll leave, which makes people with certain skills, maybe lesser skills, where are they going to go? They're going to stay, right? And then foreigners come in, hire them to do the work. It's all a cycle for the foreign investor and businesses to make their mark and capitalize. IMF, that loan was a capital. We're going to capitalize on this situation. And that's what the IMF loan is. Basel, what is that country called with that guy? Dang it. He's trending everywhere. He's going viral. He basically cut off foreign relations and say, we're going to build our own country. Change the face of Ghana. Africa. Is that an encouraging statement? I'm not sure. Can you elaborate on that all day, Eloquence? Okay. The labor market may experience fluctuations as local professionals seek work in alternative sectors. Who just said that? Spearman? Yes, Burkina Faso. Thank you, Nia. Thank you for reminding me. We just talked about that. Seek work in alternative sectors. As the government reallocates resources and implements fiscal restraints, the demand for goods and services domestically is always likely to shift, influencing the operational landscape for foreign businesses. Absolutely, now is the time to buy land. The key is to buy land in the outskirts of Accra. By 2050, Africa's population will be over 2 billion, meaning people will need land to purchase and places to live. Yes, Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali also joined forces with them. Yes, okay, great. Ooh, thank you for picking up where I have dropped the ball. Okay, but yeah, we like that. We like him. Anybody know his name? Definitely, the West is making Ghana into a foreign investment hub. That's all it is. They've tried to kill that man 6 times now, I think. I'm not surprised. I am not surprised they tried to take him out. Folks, the world needs Africa. The world needs the motherland. We would starve and die if it wasn't for these horrific ways of capitalizing on Africa. Ibrahim Traore, okay, that's his name. Thank you, Traore. We appreciate you. But that's what Ghana needs. Ghana needs a leader like that, right? But when you lead like that, like BCB says, you have to be willing to risk your life as an African leader. That's why talking about this is so messing with their money. That's why talking about this is so touchy. Because we need leaders, right? Like Ibrahim. But the leaders have to be willing to die. Because the world needs Africa to survive. I mean, the world needs Africa to survive. And if Africa unites and be strong and start charging people the right price, people start dying. No, they tried to kill Ibram Torres 17 times now. Folks, trying to kill me 1-2 times is too much. Okay? And that's exactly, this is a good question. How many people are really willing to die? How many African leaders are willing to die? Like Ibram. The prices in Ghana adjust as fast as the currency changes. If you're coming with the USD, then it doesn't matter how much the currency changes. It's the local workers working for 2,000 CDs who suffers, right? Which I mentioned before. It's them that suffer. Definitely need leaders, not puppets. But who? It comes with a death sentence, folks. Isn't that crazy? It shouldn't. The U.S. is dead. All eyes are on Africa now. They want Africa without Africans. They want to change the face of Africa. They've been trying to change the face. Folks, what do they do? Just chop off the noses and Kemet, right? Egypt? Exactly. I love this. Okay. Labor market. So, Marlon, you hit it right on the head. It's the people who suffer. Okay. Social programs that offer support to vulnerable communities may face cuts, heightening the potential for social unrest. Such dissatisfaction among the local population can manifest in protests or strikes that disrupt daily life and economic activities. We already had, folks, there was a strike in Ghana, last week? Did anyone participate in that in Ghana over the illegal mining? Folks, this is happening right now. What I'm reading from my blog is literally happening. This is it, right? Such dissatisfaction among the local population, right? Marlon, you pointed it out, can manifest in protests or strikes that disrupt daily life and economic activities. Foreigners living and working in Ghana must stay attuned to these developments as they could impact personal safety and investment stability, creating an environment of uncertainty. Okay. So at the beginning of the live, I said this live is for the foreigners, but there's no way we can avoid talking about the impact on the Ghanaian citizens. Talking about the impact on the Ghanaian citizens will probably be its own live, because that's a lot. So unfortunately, folks, we're not going to spend too much time on how it's affecting the citizens, but we know and we acknowledge that, and that's why we need people that actually care. We need investors that actually care to go over there and help, because it's not forced. It's not forced for businesses to go over there and help. Especially the Chinese, what they do? The Chinese will make money and take it straight back to their people. They're not trying. What? You think it's we're going to go to Africa to contribute? No! They're capitalizing, right? Just like Europe, just like the States, it's all about capitalization. So if people that have the heart to give back, those are the people that Ghana needs. Those are the people that the homeland needs. Yes, I heard about the illegal miners. The Chinese companies are coming to Ghana, making billions and not giving the people. We literally, ATM, folks, we are flowing together. I'm loving this. Not giving the people Ghana any money. We need a best place for doing business guide for Africa. Visit and get the emotional part out of the way, then get back to how the country is managed. Marlon, you just said, I would kiss you right now if you're here. You just said what my new mission is. But let me just show you. I'm just so happy you said, like, I've been saying the last, 3 videos, I've been saying this. This is what I've been saying. The new mission and vision: bridge the emotional, educational, cultural gap to visit, repatriate, or do business on the motherland. Marlon, you just literally just said why I'm doing this live stream. I appreciate you. Spearman, now Botswana president-elect wants U.S. out. Mimi, not paying the people and keeping it artificial Ooh, I can't read that word. Artificially low is part of the operational cost. Facts. I heard the Chinese took over Jamaica too. Burkina Faso is the country. Yes, thank you, Eric. Thank you. Yes, we do. Marlon, Marlon, you gonna put it together? Because you have some wisdom with your agriculture business. You can put a killer guide together. That would be great. It starts with the African governments, folks. Oh, we can talk about this all day. We really can. But we're already at an hour, which is, I don't mind saying. Yes, we need community within the diaspora move as one, as other nations do. As individuals in a community society. True. So true. Folks, we're all on the same page. I'm loving this. Okay. Last point. Moreover, the overall economic environment will be altered. Decreased public sector spending could lead to a decrease in the demand for many services that foreigners rely on, such as healthcare and public infrastructure. This scenario raises critical questions about the sustainability of the foreign investment climate, as socio-economic challenges may deter potential investors. They don't want them to be deterred. Right? They want people to come. Thus, it becomes imperative for foreigners in Ghana to monitor these stern measures for the potential repercussions on both personal and collective economic interests. Folks, bottom line, we need people who care, who want to contribute to come back to Ghana, to come back to the motherland. Because the IMF thing, oh, we're going to help the Ghanaian government to recover. No! You made it weaker. So foreign investors can come in low. Buy low, sell high. So what's the good part about this? The people that care can come in and buy low and contribute. The China situation is pretty dangerous. The Chinese government sponsors pretty much any citizen that wants to move abroad and start a business. The Chinese government sponsors pretty much any citizen. Oh, good point, BCB. They set up their people to go to other places and build, create wealth to send it back. Oh, this is so good what we're about to talk about right now. Thank you, BCB. Especially if you're a Pan-Africanist. One thing that Dr. Umar says, regardless if you like him or not, he still says profound things, okay? He said the reason why Black Americans are being treated the way we are is because Africa is not strong. The reason China can get things done is because they are backed by the power of China. And I was like, that's deep. So when you said that, BCB, it reminded me the Chinese are going to different countries with backing already. They're already coming into it, okay? And furthermore, because they have a female sorority sue to their long-term one-child policy, they are literally coming for the women. Really? Because statistically, they don't mix. The women do. Oh my God. There's I think it's the Peru. There's a study on this. I talked about it on one of my lives. The Chinese women will mix real quick, but I didn't know the men did. So any Chinese man can request free money to come to Africa to start a business and take a wife. I didn't even know they were open to mixing like that. And the CCP will fully fund it. That I do know. China is smart for that. Unfortunately, African leaders are too busy fighting over fufu. No, you didn't, Israel. Not fufu and jollof. In other words, Israel, right? They're not focused on the right things, right? China backs their people to go to whatever country they want. We don't have that type of backing. Whether it's the Africans coming to America or African Americans going to Africa. It's the power, the backing. Mimi, you're saying yep to who? BCB, I assume? I agree 100%. The reason why Africans are treated like crap all over the world is because Africa is weak. folks. And that IMF loan didn't help. Didn't help at all. So when that happened, I said, oh my God, it just weakened even more weakness, right? Like I said at the beginning, you will always be a slave to the lender. Chinese men will mix for business purposes and investment. Got you. Okay. Yes, that's an anchor, baby, to get their foothold into the country. Folks, we're on the same page, right? In conclusion, this is the last thing I'm going to say, and then we can just talk. Folks, if you caught it earlier, I said the Corporation of Ghana. I want to be clear because you guys know I appreciate the Ghanaian people. They have done so much for me. But we're talking about Ghana, the corporation. Okay. It was Ghana, the corporation that took out the IMF loan. It was Ghana, the corporation that the MIF wants to make sure they stay in debt, right? Because it's all about buying low and selling high for the foreigner, for the European, for the Westerner. That's what this is all about. And so I want all of us to walk away with, okay, it is what it is. This is going to continue to happen. What can we do as a community? What we need is people that actually care to come back and contribute. And yes, make profits. The profits are there. You will make profits if you make it to the other side, right? But like, for example, the Chinese not giving anything. That's why the strikes happen. They're not even giving any money. They're not even giving a percentage that is due for even coming over here and mining. I'm pretty sure if someone of African descent that cared about the people came in over and did that, they would treat the people better. Right? I know we have some coons, okay? Those exist. But not everyone's a coon, okay? So people that come over and contribute, make your money, but just don't give nothing. Wonderful information, everyone. Yes, we're all, this is a whole contribution. That's why I was excited to do this live, because I know we are intellectuals here. It's small but mighty crew. We don't play. And China is the only one country. Africa is made up of many countries, but needs to unite under a common goal to help its own. True, Team Truth. But my question is, who's willing to die for that? We know Burkina Faso, I just messed up that country's name. I'm sorry. IMF loan is a method to exchange gold for paper money. Spearman, U.S., has those warships around the continent spying and menacing. The Chinese are moving their people and machinery in the continent. Pick your poison. Wonderful information. Yes. Folks. Okay, let me close. Now this, what I'm about to read is at the ending in my blog. This is what I put. So this is not IMF or anything from their website. This is my closeout. Okay. With all that said, please understand the Corporation of Faso. Thank you. One president, one Africa. That would be beautiful. Folks, with all that said, please understand the Corporation of Ghana is not stable. How can I say that? Look at the volatility. We talked about volatility of the currency. Currency volatility is always a top indicator of economic stability. And the borrower is always slave to the lender. Always. Investing in Ghana is not a risk. It's a gamble. And the only way to avoid the gamble is to know the right people. Who are the right people? That's what you have to find out as a foreigner. If you want to go invest in Ghana, who are the right people? How much money are you willing to spend to find the right people? How much time are you willing to spend to find the right people? Because once you do, and you make it to the other side, like BCB, right? It's beautiful, right? And folks, as you guys know, recently, my videos have been coming for the juggler, right? Because I'm on a new mission and vision. I don't know how long this season's going to last. Hopefully not long, right? But I'm the type, I'm going to finish my assignment and I'm going to move on, okay? And so I appreciate you guys helping me fulfill my assignment. But that's the question, that if you're a foreigner thinking about investing in Ghana, how much money are you willing to spend and waste until you find the right people? How much time are you willing to spend and waste, and most likely waste, to find the right people that's going to take you to the other side, right? And once you get to the other side, the goal is to contribute to the country. Still make your profits, but contribute, because other people are not doing it. They're not doing it, which is why there's strikes. As long as the Western and Eastern countries' hands are in Africa, she'll never be on top again. People have to be willing to die. The fraction of what we got in the States, the fraction that we have as a people, our ancestors were willing to die to have. They're willing to die, and that's why we have what we have. Right? People can be expensive. Yes, BCB. The right people can be expensive. So my question is to you, foreigner that wants to invest, how much money are you willing to spend or lose to find the right people? Because as we see the system, it's not there is no systematic approach, especially in property development, for you to come in as a solo person and go through the system. It's not there. You have to go through the right people. Right. And that's why I said it's a gamble, not a risk, because risk can be calculated. Gamble, you can't calculate gamble. I appreciate your work, sister. Keep pressing for others are not waking up because of your efforts. Thank you so much, Team Truth. Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay. So who are the right people? That is where the problem lies for the beginner. How much time and money are you willing to waste? How much? And if you make it to the other side, wealth awaits you. If you do not make it to the other side, do not blame yourself. You hear me? Ooh, it just shifted. If you don't make it to the other side, do not blame yourself for not succeeding. But no, sorry. Ooh, no, I'm not getting caught up in my emotions, okay? But know when to stop, especially if you have limited resources to begin with. Remember, you are on the offense. Stay calm and balance your emotions, okay? Sorry, guys. I didn't know that was going to happen. Let me finish reading these. Ghana being cheap is a lie, at least during the probationary period. Caroline, America is still going through the inflation in a way. Everything is going up. How much more Africa, who doesn't have structured pricing? Small businesses holds the continent with different prices flat. Once you are connected and know the landscape, money will go much further. Correct. Cooking with Max. I was able to find the right people, and you're cut off. Ooh. Did you cut off on accident? Cooking with Max? Because it stops at my. Okay. Well, folks, I'm in my emotions, and I didn't plan for this, and I'm kind of embarrassed. So, folks, find the right people. And if you don't make it to the other side, do not blame yourself, okay? Because we're dealing with a monster. We have so many things coming at us from different areas, all for money, all for capital gain. And it's so sad to me. It's so sad. But I hope you guys find the right people and stay calm and emotionally balanced. And folks, I can't do question and answers right now. I'm like tore up. So I love you guys. Thank you for being here with me. And next time.